Welcome to Nikke, Goddess of Victory, the game that's basically advertised to gooners everywhere because, let's be real, Papa Google has been keeping a close eye on your search history. It's absolutely not safe for work, not safe for your wallet, and definitely not safe for your brain cells. You're probably wondering, how did I end up playing this degenerate-fueled shitstorm every day since the moment I first got my hands on it? Well, it all started when I saw Volume Showcase along with her assets. And that's when my silly little monkey brain went Ooga. Even though my brain basically checked out and Camel Jr. started bouncing around like a cocaine-fueled cartoon character, I still resisted my primal instincts. That was until I randomly stumbled across the game again, remembered this grim possession, and figured, hey, why not? The gameplay looked fun, and surely it couldn't be a mistake to jump down this rabbit hole. The plot. Let's start with the premise. Earth got invaded by an alien cyborg hybrid species known as the Raptures. They did a little home renovation, kind of like a boomer mom trying to recreate a minimalistic Pinterest apartment, but instead of live, laugh, love, the vibe was more like death, destruction and dispatch of every living human in sight. So, what did humanity do to fight back? Well, they took the old Soviet motto of we have more people than they have bullet way too literally. And unfortunately, no one told them the Raptures were longtime GTA fans and had the cheat codes on hand. This little blunder led humanity to start searching YouTube for Minecraft bunker starter bases and flee underground, where they began their Fallout-style adventure in a newly built megacity called the Ark. Now forced into hiding and with a male population teetering on the edge of extinction, humanity's top scientists came up with the most logical solution possible. Build anime waifu versions of Robocop.
Surprise!
So they took the female population, brainwashed them, yanked out their brains and shoved them into highly armed, dangerously unstable and suspiciously attractive combat bodies, which the end result was called the Nikke. Why were only females turned into Nikkes? Oh, simple, because apparently male bodies just aren't built to handle high-speed combat while lugging around two perfectly synchronized slabs of physics-defying anime-grade chest mass. The scientists also discovered that the female brain syncs better with the nanomachines, which are very tastefully called nymph. That's right, humanity's survival hinges on TT-optimized neuroscience and a system literally named after Greek forest fairies. This is what happens when your top military R&D division is run by guys who did their fucking PhD and played hentai games on the same computer. Let's jump about 50 years after the creation of the Ark. On a perfectly fine day, a random transport convoy got sent into the fucking stratosphere by an unknown explosion. Somehow out of that huge explosion, and one which would have killed almost anyone, an amnesiac wakes up fresh out of the military academy known as the Commander, or Rizzles for short. This embodiment of plot armor is none other than you. You who is responsible for commanding Nikkes into battling Raptures and to absorb every inch of their jiggly zones of joy. From there, it's a downward spiral with no breaks. You're handed a team of emotionally unstable war waifus, one of them with trauma levels of a Greek tragedy and outfits designed by Horny Eye. You're not just their commander, you're their therapist, emotional support animal, father figure, trauma dump hotline, and the only person who treats them like actual humans instead of disposable fan service with trigger fingers. Your higher-ups and the people in power are useless. They gaslight you, gatekeep vital information, and throw you into unwinnable battles like it's their sadistic kink of seeing you going through suicide mission one after another. The story in Nikke genuinely surprised me. It's not just good for a gacha, it's good, period. Even if it's presented in the visual novel style. The characters feel alive despite being 2D, the writing tackles heavy themes without feeling forced, and the emotionally bits actually hit. Oh, and the soundtrack? Cosmograph has transcended the planes of producing music and reached godhood.
The mission on the road with no need to make change. It takes pain to maintain. Burn through.
The main reason I was drawn to this game is the fact that the gameplay is exactly like an arcade game I used to play in my childhood called Time Crisis. But instead of a plastic gun, you get tactically prepared waifus and the opportunity to duck for ample of cover. All in all, it's technically a cover shooter. Your team consists of 5 Nikkes from your roster, each with a different element, different burst number, different role, and different personality and appearance. But who the fuck are we kidding talking about the core mechanics and actually trying to form a coherent team synergy? You'll set the squad to auto-fire while truly experiencing the advertised one-handed combat. This game is rated E for everyone who has a weakness. It has every trope you can think of that appeals to any taste. For example, this one is one of the main characters in the story, your typical loudmouth that slowly warms up to you. Oh, you like cowboy capitalism? Here's a leggy merchant with a southern accent who could sell you your own kidneys back.
Why are you always so handsy? You're not interested in me, are you?
This one, depressed. That one, even more depressed. And that one, oh god. Oh, wait, so. No. There's too many. There's too many of them. Why are they all so sad? Who hurt them? Oh, this one, yeah, she just casually sexually assaults you like that's a normal Tuesday. This one can die in a house fire, and I hope nothing but the worst plagues and misfortune upon her. You also want to get your hands on these lovely companions? Well, we have the Recruit banners, where you can get the good, the bad, and the ugly. Ah, the banners, every gacha gamer's worst nightmare, where your wallet cries every time it sees you trying to pull for a new unit, and your savings will be held for ransom by the amount of ass, thighs, and tits this game offers.
Hey there, Forrest. Goo goo gaga. I want milk.
But here in Nikke, you're in luck, because unlike certain gacha companies that will make you sell your firstborn and a couple of organs for the slim chance of actually getting the character you want, but instead you end up losing the 50-50 and are greeted by a standard 5-star. If you couldn't tell, I fucking despise Hoyo. The gods shift up, Nikke's creator are very generous, dare I say, they spoil you. I've been playing the game for more or less 2 months now, ever since the release of the exhibitionist Trina, and yes, I too now suffer from photosynthesis based urges, and in total I've pulled more than 1,000 times, so that's more than a good reason to give Nikke a 10 out of 10 on the generosity scale. The odds of pulling characters, it's a lot higher than in other gachas, but where it differs from the usual gacha banner mechanics is the pity system. Here, you have no such thing as hard pity. Instead, you get this wonderful little currency every time you pull called mileage tickets, which, after 200 pulls of the respected banner, allows you to straight up buy your desired unit. I say respected banner because in Nikke, there are 2 of them, the standard banner and the rate up banner, where you can try and pull for the newest rack in town.
But wait! There's more!
I know, more than this. Every new Nikke that gets added through the radar banner will also be part of the standard banner after some time, and guess what? There is
There's
still more
more!
to this. After your first 40 pulls on the standard banner, you will be able to select which 20 Nikkes you want from each respected manufacturer, so that when you see the golden light of the SSR, you won't have to start sobbing quietly because it wasn't a Nikke you wanted. It seems our strategy of weaponizing dump trucks like dangling shiny keys in front of a kid with ADHD or playing Subway Surfer gameplay under a TikTok about tax fraud has worked. Your attention span is locked in. So let's talk about that. This whole setup looks like something Moses would have pulled off if he had a mild drinking problem or parting the Red Sea. What do I mean by that? Well, the campaign is violently split into 2 distinct modes. Normal mode, where you get to experience the story, and hard mode, where you're launched face first into the 5 stages of grief as you slam against power walls so thick they might as well be made from player suffering. To overcome them, you'll need to upgrade your squad, which means diving into the resource grind and praying to whatever gods you believe in that you didn't forget to claim your offline rewards after 24 hours. Oh, and the dailies, they only take about 15 minutes of your life. Yes, you can complete everything for the day in the time it takes you to search your favorite Nikke on a certain website and be done with your alone time. I hear you asking, Camel, all I can do is just stare at the asses and be hit by the absolute shockwave that forms from the clap of the chicks. No, my dear uninitiated Gunnar, you have a special place called the Outpost. In short, this is the equivalent of a summer camp city, filled with shops, places to do plethora of activities, and just like a summer camp is filled with all the weirdos that only sometimes follow and watch you sleep at night. The Outpost is the place where you will be living with each and every one of your Nikkes. Here, you will be able to construct different buildings, the blueprints of which you can find scattered around the main campaign grounds. Besides trying a bootleg version of City Skylines, the Outpost also comes with a couple of pre-built structures such as the Synchro device, one of the best qualities of life the gacha market has ever seen. This majestic piece of human tech allows you to place your 5 best Nikkes in the top slot so that all Nikkes in the bottom can get a matching level to the lowest one of your top 5. The next pre-constructed building is the Tactics Academy, a place where you can pay for top-notch courses from the CCP, learn to worship Winnie the Pooh to boost your social credit, unlock more land for rice farms, and earn better rewards. To quickly get to the core of the Outpost, I'll tell you about the recycling room, where by using whatever scrap you find on the ground you can give your Nikkes a permanent boost in raw stats, just like that one bodybuilder that says his dose of trend is small and won't have any visible effects now, but in the future it most definitely will. Now, all we have left are the 2 most down bad buildings in the entire Outpost. The simple one is the elevator, where you will spend real life months trying to make the phrase "I will fix her" come to fruition. Because the elevator is actually the Ark's Alcatraz, where the biggest criminals are locked up and you will get the chance to rehabilitate 3 highly dangerous Nikkes by visiting them every day and having counseling sessions. And now for the long-awaited command center, aka your personal lodging, or better known as the communal shower, because every Nikke at one point or another used your shower without a care in the world. This is where items you've collected, such as relics and music from the main campaign, are stored, allowing you to view or listen to them at any time. Here, you can also bond with your Nikkes. You can give them gifts and have special one-on-one sessions. That's right, despite Earth being ravaged by the raptures, there's still time for coffee dates, casual day drinking, or privacy intrusion. By taking your time to advise your favorite Nikke, you will be rewarded with unique character stories. Some sweet, some horrifying, some so horny they should come with a warning label. I cannot be held responsible for any injuries sustained during these character arcs. Broken pelvises from trying to fractured necks from advocating that the robotic bodies of the Nikkes are not that heavy and a human neck can support such weight. Suffocation from the above mentioned reason. Do you remember that at the beginning of the video I talked about humanity's new hope, the Ark? Well, the Ark is the place where you will be coming daily, as in, this is the place where your activities are located, such as daily towers, increasingly difficult combat zones that only Nikkes of a specified manufacturers are allowed to battle for a little more gacha currency, or the standard tower that at one point will make you want to become a pilot for no reason whatsoever. The interception mission and the simulation room will be your primary source of obtaining upgrade materials for your Nikkes. In the interception, you fight bosses that go from being a normal and totally reasonable fight to having a colonoscopy done by Black Salami.
Up that computer call. Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantical.
Or the PvP arena, the Sea World of Nikke, a place only for the heaviest of aquatic mammals. Arena is also a good way to obtain a decent sum of gems every 2 weeks or so, and a good way to boast about your knowledge of team building even though no one really knows what they're doing. If you want to whale your way out of progression, you can do that here, in the shop. This is the place where you can purchase almost anything this game has to offer, but it's not mandatory, and so far I've broken my free-to-play virginity by only purchasing a $1 offer for 10 pool, which luckily enough granted me my first copy of the amazing Red Hood. As a final topic I want to touch upon is the wonderful and down bad horny amalgamation that is the community. Absolute legends. I've never seen a group of people so devoted to analyzing pixelated cleavage with such scholarly rigor. I mean, I respect the hustle. Harvard wishes it had researchers this committed. From my personal experience, the only fanbase that can reach this level of dedication when it comes to gooning over anime girls is the ZZ community. But that's a video for another time that my poor overworked computer can't handle at the moment. Nikke, Goddess of Victory, would be best summarized as a full-blown emotional roller coaster wrapped in jiggle physics and psychological warfare. It's equal parts absurd and brilliant. A gacha game that somehow manages to balance high-quality gameplay, surprisingly deep storytelling, generous free-to-play life, and more character development than most AAA RPGs bother with. Yes, it's horny. Painfully so, but under the layers of suggestive camera angles and fanservice outfits lies a genuinely well-made game with heart, polish and soul. If you came for the thighs, you might just stay for the trauma bonding. Whether you're a degenerate with good taste, a gacha enthusiast looking for a solid experience, or just someone who's curious about what happens when fanservice meets emotional warfare, Nikke welcomes you.